All right, welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about 8 ways to beat a cold and a flu fast. I had a different program in mind, but I thought since we're in the season where there's a lot of cold and flus, it's not bad for us to learn what's the difference between a cold and a flu. What are some of the things that we can do naturally to boost our immune system to make sure that we can get through this. So as you know, there are millions of cases of common cold that are reported each year. Adults on average are stricken by about a cold 2 to 3 times annually with symptoms that may actually persist up to 10 days. Kids can be sick from a cold up to 10 times each year. Yeah, lucky us. So the severity of seasonal influenza is unpredictable from year to year, of course, because the type of the virus changes. The official CDC suggests that 1/5 of United States population can be protected from the flu if students and school staff work diligently to protect themselves from becoming sick. So what is that going to look like for us? Well, think about that for a second. Do we contemplate the reason for this season? Have you ever wondered why cold and flu only strikes during fall and winter months? Why are there posting signs everywhere reminding you to get a flu shot now? Cold weather and long winters, of course, bring on more attempts to pathogens to weaken our immune system. So here's something you didn't know. Cold and flu season does begin in fall and as the weather begins to get colder because temperature changes are actual stressors on our body. And it is one of the most challenging things that our body has to adapt to. Cold and flus are caused by viruses, but they are really caused by a weak immune system. The reason I say that is because we are exposed to this cold and flu virus all year round. But when your immune system starts to weaken because of the changes in the temperature, we are more prone to getting sick. So what's really important is making sure that we maintain the homeostasis of our immune system. So when there is a sudden large 10-degree or more changes like we've had in the past couple of weeks here at Fresco, it can cause a weakening in our body's immune system and make us more susceptible to viral infection. And of course, add to that a poor diet, mental and emotional stresses, poor sleeping habit, and the body is already overwhelmed. And now you have a poor immune response to this cold or flu. So let's talk about that. What is the flu and what is the cold? So here where the difference is between them. In a common cold, your onset of symptoms is gradual. Sneezing is really common with a common cold. You may or may not have a sore throat and a cough. You may have a slight muscle ache. You may have some fatigue, okay, but it's a slight. And normally it lasts about 3 to 4 days. There is rarely ever a fever. It's mild. If you have the flu, then the onset of your symptoms are sudden. So you're good on Wednesday, you're sick on Thursday. There is only occasional sneezing. You definitely get a sore throat early on. Your muscle aches are often very severe. Your body aches are severe. You want to just stay in bed. You feel very fatigued and you may have some substernal chest burning. That would be very common. It may usually last from 6 to 7 days, so it lasts longer than a cold, and you will have fever most of the time. So those are some of the things that you have to be aware of. You may have fever, you may have chills, you may have a respiratory problem like a runny nose or a stuffy nose or complication. You may have some sudden dizziness, vomiting, or diarrhea. So what are the 8 ways to beat a cold or a flu fast? I am going to go over this, and then in the follow-ups, I will go over immune system and how we could help our immune system. How could we boost our immune system? So number 1, you want to eat light. That is super duper important. You don't want to be eating too much. I'm going to go through it. Number 2, you want to hydrate well. Number 3, you want to use healing herbs. You want to diffuse. Number 4, that's diffuse essential oils. Number 5 is to increase your sun exposure. Number 6, do some grounding. Number 7, of course, is chiropractic care in my books. That's number 1. And number 8 is vitamin C supplements. So what does eating light mean? As the old saying begs the question, should you eat a cold or should you starve a cold? Breaking the cycle of consuming our standard meals is necessary when our body should be focusing all its energy for healing. So every time you ingest food, you are taking resources away from your immune system from battling your illness. Instead, it is working to protect you from the bacteria, viruses, harmful agents that are present on your food. So the introduction of more bacteria to your gastrointestinal tract poses a threat to your gut, microflora, and also to your immune system. So microbes in the gut tract, they communicate all the time with our immune system, signaling different immune responses to occur. So therefore, this way they promote inflammation and they longer the recovery time. So you really want to starve your cold. I am a huge fan of fasting. Either water fasting or bone broth fasting when you're feeling ill, and if you're feeling like that you are more immune susceptible. A simple 24-hour water fast can actually boost your human growth hormone by about 2,000%, and it gives your immune system a significant boost. So if you're hungry when you're battling sickness, then you want to feed yourself a food that boosts your defenses. So we talked about water fast and bone broth. You could also go through prebiotic and probiotic rich foods like artichoke, leeks, citrus fruits, as well as fermented dairy and vegetables will feed your gut beneficial bacteria and encourage strong immune system. Number 2, you want to hydrate well. What does that even mean? Well, our immune system relies on a well-hydrated body to stimulate detoxification pathways. These are needed to stimulate enzymes, other biological agents that can help flush all these viruses and bacteria from our body and repair the damaged tissue. So polyphenols that are found in things like lemon, like apple cider vinegar, like herbal teas, and even antioxidant-rich broths really help to repair the immune system and destroy the microbes along the digestive tract. So to help alleviate the sore throat and cough and cold symptom, you want to get some of these polyphenol-rich liquids. So you could add, one of the things you could do is to add some apple cider vinegar to a cup of water or to your herbal teas. You could do some herbal teas because they a lot of them have a lot of antioxidant support that helps to fight against infections from viruses, bacteria, even fungus. So ginger tea is fantastic for boosting glutathione activity, and it helps to reduce inflammation. Echinacea is another great one that has been established treatment that is loaded with supportive vitamins and antioxidants. So you could do teas, you could sip on lemon water throughout the day that can help to heal and combat the tiredness that you're facing. Actually, there was research that showed that 1 out of 300 participant in this research group, the use of lemon was the most popular to treat cold and flu symptoms, and it accounted for 73% of the treatment used. Bone broths prepared from pastured chicken or beef bones are high in amino acids called proline and glycine, and this is critical to inhibiting bacterial as well as viral inflammation. And potassium and magnesium is fantastic for calming the muscle and the joint pain that you've been feeling. Number 3, you could use healing herbs. What are some of these healing herbs? Well, we just talked about echinacea. Blackcurrant is another one. Sea buckthorn fruits are another one. Oregano, chamomile, ginger, thyme, willow bark, garlic, as well as onions. One of my favorite things to do is to actually take garlic pill when we have a cold or flu symptom. It really helps. Although the smell is not the best smell you want to take, but it is one of the best thing that you could take. Garlic helps to keep the blood pressure under control. It improves liver health. It helps to prevent blood vessels from becoming blocked. It reduces pathogenic microorganisms, and you can either take it in a capsule form, which is what I do. You could take it raw. You could apply it directly to your skin as an antiseptic. Although I don't know, the smell really bothers me. So that's not one of my favorite things. That's not one of my favorite things to do. Number 4, you could diffuse essential oils. Again, there is tons of clinical data and scientific research that supports the benefits of aromatherapy oils. on the immune system. And these essential oils help to reduce inflammation. There are tons of studies, especially on eucalyptus, because it is a useful agent to regulate immune response. It also supports cell-mediated pathways, including our innate immune system that attacks the pathogens. Frankincense oil is another one. This contains benzoylic acid that has healing potential to stimulate the immune system, and it serves as an anti-inflammatory compound. This one is really useful in reducing the inflammation in the joints and sore muscles, as well as alleviating symptoms of sore throat and a sore chest. And oregano oil, a lot of people know this, that it's been extracted from oregano, and it is an alternative home remedy for antibacterial properties. So it's great. You could use thyme oil. When you use this one in combination with oregano oil, it is a very powerful anti-inflammatory effect. And when it's consumed orally, it exhibits anti-inflammatory as well as antibacterial responses. So these are some of the oils that you could use that really, really helps with decreasing the antigenic load on your body. So number 5 is our sun exposure. We know, and I've talked about vitamin D, I think, endlessly in the past years that I've been talking. Vitamin D is always part of a regimen that we talk about. And vitamin D helps to regulate our total health and our healing abilities for the human body. And it has really been underestimated in the past couple of years. So vitamin D deficiency can be linked to any abnormal immune system complications. It is required for detoxification pathways and healthy immune stimulating responses. Without adequate sunlight exposure, the body cannot produce the active form of vitamin D3. So what you want to do if your skin is light, you want to spend about 15 to 20 minutes per day in the sun. If you have a medium colored skin, you want to spend about 25 to 30 minutes per day in the sun. And if you have a darker skin, you want to spend about 40 to 45 minutes in the sun. So you want to be sunbathing a minimum of 3 times a week and following these guidelines. When you're unable to receive the recommended sun exposure, you want to boost your vitamin D levels with a supplement containing to about 1,000 international units of vitamin D. So for every 25 pounds of body weight, you want to have 1,000 units. So if you are 100 pounds, you want to take 4,000 units. If you're 200 pounds, you want to take 8,000 units. You want to make sure that you have it with healthy fats like olive oil for maximum absorption. And number 6 is grounding. When you're sick and you're feeling blue, you could probably use a mood booster. Grounding is a very beneficial exercise that you can practice to relieve not only symptoms of depression, but also to increase your energy and to reduce stress and optimize healing. And that can be done while you're getting the necessary sun exposure. So what does grounding mean? Grounding means that you connect your mind with your body while transferring its natural electrical energy through your body to reduce stress. So electromagnetic frequencies are present in the world. They're every day all around us, and we naturally absorb them from the ground by walking barefoot on either sand, on dirt, or on grass. So you want to get in sync with these natural rhythms that have been shown to decrease cortisol levels, which helps to remove interferences from the body's immune system, better allowing us to heal. Number 7 is chiropractic care. Of course, my favorite. Chiropractic care adds life to your years and years to your life. It is not just an old saying, it stands on the truth. The validity behind the claim can add years to your life. And research shows that receiving chiropractic care actually boosts your immune system and it improves the quality of your life. Chiropractic care can help to prevent the frequency of sickness. It helps you recover from illness better. Actually, research shows that spinal manipulative therapy or adjustment helps to increase the polymorphonuclear neutrophils. These circulate in the blood and are one of the first lines of defense against infectious invaders. These leukocytes enhance the function of immune cell responses that protect the body against destructive agents. In other words, chiropractic care helps to boost your immune system. It improves your health, it improves your sleep, it improves your stress management, increases your happiness, your feeling of your well-being, your immune system. It gives you strength, it gives you life, and of course, it gives you mobility. And it decreases disease, illness, pains, aches, injuries, bad posture, depression, prescription drug use, and anxiety. And number 8 is vitamin C supplementation. So vitamin C is an essential nutrient key to promote human health and optimize immune function in numerous ways. It has been found to destroy pathogen. It's a biological agent and it supports reaction, which can lead to both DNA and RNA synthesis. What does that even mean? That means that when you take vitamin C, your white blood cell is able to better handle the oxidative stress that comes from these viruses and pathogen, and it also helps to prevent the depletion of glutathione from recycling old vitamin C. So some of the things that have the highest amount of vitamin C per serving are things like spinach, like leeks, like chives, like kale, like sweet bell peppers. There are other ones like lemons, limes, green vegetables, which have low concentration of sugar, but higher concentration of vitamin C. And of course, bonus is zinc supplementation. We'll talk about that the next time that we're here with respect to how zinc supplementation also helps to boost your immune system. Thank you for listening to me. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Instagram. How do you know where to go? You can go to www.harmonywellness-frisco.com. And on the top, you have access to our YouTube videos, to our podcast, as well as to all of our social media. Thanks for listening. God bless you. Remember who you are.